Hi everybody, how are you? It's Mike Andrew once again providing a short video with practical insights as it applies to business and leadership. Let me talk a little bit about your career. Everyone wants a successful career. They want to grow in their career. And I have so many different practical tips, but let me just pick out a few. One, if you aspire to get into more senior management, take where you are today. If you're a supervisor or a section manager, elevate your role. Elevate the way you act and think as if you already are a director. If you're a director, elevate the way you act and think as if you're already a GM, and so forth. Keep elevating. Number two, keep managing the relationships with your boss and with your stakeholders. Relationships is everything. I always say relationships equals success. Manage those relationships. Be proactive in managing those relationships. I can do a long video just on that topic. Number three, remember, you're being watched. Everyone's being watched. You're being watched. And so it's important to keep elevating while you're being watched. And related to being watched, number four, remember this: every time you speak, you are auditioning for leadership. That's a quote from a former presidential speechwriter. He used to write speeches for like 3 or 4 U.S. presidents. James Humes, I believe his name was. Every time you speak, you are auditioning for leadership. And number five, always stay ahead. That's one of the McKinsey principles. Stay one step ahead. And what I mean by that, when you're getting ready for a meeting, come prepared. Come more prepared than the other people, even if it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes more prepared. Very important. So let's apply that practically. Let me give you a practical example. I attend many meetings, and I observe many meetings. And if you want to elevate, here's one practical thing you can do. Let's say you are a director and you're having a meeting with your general manager or VP. Oftentimes what happens is up on the screen comes the status of the different initiatives that your team is responsible for. And there are those that are green, ahead of schedule, those that are completed, those that are yellow, in progress, and those that are red, that are behind schedule. Be prepared with why. Why are you behind schedule? And just as importantly, what are you doing about it? Don't wait for the boss to say, well, what are you going to do? Or I want you to do this. Be proactive. That's staying ahead. Be proactive with your initiatives. Why are you behind? And what are you going to do about it? That's being prepared. Here's another subtle thing. I see so many people when they're in these meetings, they're only 100% looking at their boss. 100%. Forget about their colleagues. 100% looking at their boss. That's okay because you're speaking to your boss. But why not 75% look at your boss? And the other 25%, look around at your colleagues, because we're all in it together. That's what collaboration is. Collaboration starts at home with the team. So look at your colleagues, make sure that you've got their attention, and they'll appreciate that. When your time is over, when you're not presenting and one of your colleagues is presenting, listen. And I'll tell you what, you know what happens when you really listen? Questions will come. And that's when you can elevate. Ask questions, not challenging questions, but more collaborative questions. Can you explain more? What about this? What's the impact of this, with the work that the rest of us are doing? Ask questions. And that to me is very powerful. And that's elevating. And when you're not asking questions and you're listening, maybe you might have an idea or a suggestion that can help your colleague. I'm amazed at how many times when people are not presenting, when it's not their turn, they're on their phone, they're replying to emails, they're not even paying attention to their colleagues. If you want to step up, elevate your role so that your boss can say, I think this person's the next general manager. I think this person's the next vice president. Speak to the whole group, not just your boss. Be prepared with what you're doing about why you're behind, and listen to your colleagues. And that may conjure up some good questions to help, or good ideas and suggestions to help. That's collaboration, which starts right there at home on the team. So those are some practical thoughts about elevating your role to grow your career. Thank you very much for listening.